lay emphasis on microcredit and social business for sustainable economic development, says Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus at Arna Summit in Qatar. Qatar to take more than 700 soldiers from Bangladesh within the next 2 months, informs Chief Advisor's Press Secretary Shofiqul Alam. Tribunal instructs to frame formal charges on May 25th against 8 accused in the killing of 6, including student Arnas at Chankarpul. Enforced disappearance more heinous crime than murder. Prosecution of enforced disappearance and human rights violation is topmost priority of this government, says law advisor. Information and Broadcasting Advisor urges district information officers to actively counter rumors and disinformation locally. BNP meets with National Consensus Commission for the third time. Funeral of Pope Francis will take place on Saturday. World leaders, including US President Donald Trump and Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus, to attend. And in Sylhet Test, Bangladesh leading by 112 runs against Zimbabwe at the end of day 3. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Tasnim Tasneem. You're welcome to News at 10. You've just heard the headlines. Now moving on to the details. Claiming that social business can bring millions of people out of poverty, Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus said poverty is created due to wrong economic system. He made the remarks while delivering his keynote speech on exploring the role of social business, financial inclusion and microfinance in fostering sustainable development and economic opportunities for marginalized communities at Arna Summit organized by Qatar Foundation in Doha, Qatar today. The Chief Advisor said, a social business is a business that was designed to solve social problems while it is financially self-sustaining, but it is not designed to maximize personal gain. Rather, he said it exists to maximize social good. The Chief Advisor placed 6 proposals at Arna Summit, saying, the path to a sustainable and equitable future lies in collective action. He said, access to finance is critical for sustainable development, good governance, and empowerment of women and youth. Chief Advisor Professor Yunus urged the global leaders not to forget Palestine and Rohingya crisis, saying the Palestinians are not expendable.
I love social business. Simply those words, nothing else. The whole course will be trained. What is the social business? Can I do social business? What kind of social business I can do? Just one word. I said, that's about the whole. So I can elaborate many things. The problem inside of sports. Sports is a very, very attractive thing for the world. But nobody pays attention to the people who failed in sports. You worked very hard all your life, but never made beyond your star, never made beyond your country. So most of the people remain at your village level, at your township level, at your little city level. Millions and millions of people work very hard.
Earlier, Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus received a warm welcome from the Qatari ministers and dignitaries as he attended the opening ceremony of the Arna Summit 2025. 4 Bangladeshi athletes who are accompanying Professor Yunus also attended the welcome reception with Qatar Foundation leadership. Chief Advisor Professor Yunus introduced 4 female athletes from Bangladesh with global participants at the inaugural session of the Arna Summit. Chief Advisor's Press Secretary Shofiqul Alam has said Qatar would take 725 soldiers from Bangladesh as Bangladesh is exploring diverse areas for further strengthening the relations with the gas-rich Gulf Kingdom. He said this while briefing reporters on the sidelines of the Arna Summit 2025. Press Secretary said Bangladesh can send the soldiers by the next 2 months. He said there will be efforts to increase the numbers in the future.
Professor Yunus 20 মিনিটের একটা বক্তব্য দিয়েছেন। ওনার বক্তব্যের মূল বিষয়বস্তু ছিল যে কিভাবে মাইক্রো ক্রেডিট এবং সোশ্যাল বিজনেস কিভাবে মানুষের জীবনকে ট্রান্সফর্ম করে, সেটা বাংলাদেশেই হোক আমেরিকাই হোক, এই পুরো বিষয়টা উনি তুলে ধরেছেন এবং এটা কিভাবে মানুষকে হোপ যোগায় এই জিনিসটা, উনি এটাকে আরও যাতে মানুষ যাতে এটা দোরগোড়ায় যাতে পৌঁছে যায়, পৃথিবীতে যাতে সোশ্যাল বিজনেস আরও আমরা শুরু করতে পারি। সোশ্যাল বিজনেসের মূল যে কনসেপ্ট যে স্পেসিফিক একটা ইস্যু ধরে একটা প্রবলেম ধরে প্রবলেমকে সলভ করার জন্য একটা সোশ্যাল বিজনেস করা, এগুলো নিয়ে উনি 20 মিনিটের একটা আমি বলবো যে চমৎকার একটা ভাষণ দিয়েছেন। আর একটা সুখবর আপনাদেরকে দেই, কাতার আমাদেরকে জানিয়েছে তারা বাংলাদেশের থেকে 725 জন সোলজার নেবে এবং আমরা চাচ্ছি যে এই নাম্বারটা যাতে আরও বেড়ে 1600 বা আরও বেশি করা যায়। এটা 2 মাসের মধ্যে আমরা পাঠাতে পারবো, আমরা আশা করছি।
Qatar Minister of State for Energy Affairs Saad bin Sherida Al-Kabi called on Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus on the sidelines of Arna Summit in Doha, Qatar today. During the meeting, various issues were discussed, including importing more LNG from Qatar. Bangladesh's Power, Energy and Mineral Resources Advisor Fawzul Kabir Khan, Foreign Affairs Advisor Mohammad Tauhid Hussain, National Security Advisor Dr. Khalilur Rahman, BIDA Executive Chairman Chaudhry Ashik bin Mahmood Harun, and SDG Affairs Coordinator Senior Secretary Lamia Morshid were present at the meeting. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus today held a meeting with Sheikh Moza bint Nasser, mother of the Amir of the Qatar and chairperson of Qatar Foundation, on the sidelines of Arna Summit in Doha, Qatar. He also joined a meeting with Sheikh Thani bin Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani, chairperson of Qatar Fund for Development, on the sidelines of the summit. During the meeting, they discussed matters of mutual interest. Besides, the Chief Advisor held a meeting with Nawaf Abdullah Al Hamadi, Assistant CEO for International Operations Sector of Qatar Charity, on the sidelines. Meanwhile, Bangladeshi athletes visiting Qatar posed for photographs with Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus and Sheikh Hind bint Hamad Al Thani, sister of Qatar Emir and the host of Arna Summit. The prosecution of the International Crimes Tribunal will file a formal charge sheet on 25th of May in Chankharpur massacre case where 6 innocent were gunned down during the July-August mass uprising. A bench led by International Crimes Tribunal Chairman Justice Muhammad Gholam Murtuza Mozumdar delivered the verdict today. Later, Chief Prosecutor Muhammad Tajul Islam said they pleaded for 4 weeks' time. It is hoped that the formal charges can be submitted before the scheduled time. Earlier in the morning, the accused in the case, former Police Inspector Arshad, Constable Shujon, Constable Imaz Hossein Imon, and Constable Nasrul Islam were produced before the tribunal. The Appellate Division has scheduled May 6th for the hearing of the appeal filed by Jamaat leader ATM Azharul Islam against his death sentence in a crime against humanity case. On that day, the full bench of the Appellate Division will hear the matter, and according to the order, Azharul Islam's appeal will be listed at the top of the court's cause list. The order was passed today by a 4-member Appellate Division bench led by Chief Justice Dr. Said Rifat Ahmed. Following the order, lawyer Shishir Monir briefed the reporters, stating that the court gave the directive considering the significance of the appeal. The High Court has granted an additional 6 months for the investigation into the murder case of journalist couple Shagor Sharwar and Mehrun Rooney. The order was issued today by the High Court bench of Justice Fatima Najib and Justice Shikdar Mojumdar Raji following a time extension plea from the state. Additional Attorney General Arshadur Rauf represented the state during the hearing, while Advocate Shishir Monir appeared on behalf of the writ petitioner. Law advisor Dr. Asif Nozru stated that enforced disappearance is a more heinous crime than murder. The prosecution of enforced disappearances and human rights violation is the highest priority of this government, he added. The advisor made these remarks at a discussion meeting on the Enforced Disappearance Prevention and Remedy Ordinance 2025 held at Judicial Administration Institute Auditorium in the capital today. Presided over by head of the committee investigating enforced disappearances, Justice Moinul Islam Chaudhry, the discussion was participated among others by Attorney General Muhammad Asaduzzaman, Chief Prosecutor of the International Crimes Tribunal Tajul Islam, Justice Muhammad Farid Ahmed Shibli, and Coordinator of Mair Dak Sanjida Islam, researcher, lawyers, and human rights activists. The speakers shared their opinions on the proposed draft ordinance concerning enforced disappearances. The law advisor stated that the government would finalize the Enforced Disappearance Prevention and Remedy Ordinance based on the opinions of all stakeholders. Information and Broadcasting Advisor Mohammad Mahfuz Alam has urged officials and employees of district information offices to actively counter rumors and disinformation at the local level. The information advisor said this while addressing a focus group discussion organized by the Mass Communication Department at the meeting room of the ministry today. The advisor said officials and employees of district information offices should work to combat rumors and misinformations locally, along with playing an effective role in promoting important local public issues. Mentioning that information officers have an important role in ensuring free flow of information, he urged the authorities concerned to provide befitting training to the local information officers. Information and Broadcasting Ministry Secretary Mahbuba Farzana, Bangladesh Shangbad Shongstha Managing Director and Chief Editor Mahbub Morshed, Director General of Mass Communication Department Faizul Haq, Principal Information Officer Muhammad Nizamul Kobir, Director General of Department of Films and Publications Khaleda Begum, and Bangladesh Journalist Welfare Trust Managing Director Muhammad Abdullah, among others, were present. The third round of discussions between the National Consensus Commission and the BNP was held today at the National Parliament building. A four-member delegation led by BNP Standing Committee member Salahuddin Ahmed attended the meeting. After the meeting, Salahuddin Ahmed said that the BNP wants to reach a consensus based on opinion to ensure that the independence of the judiciary, the constitution and the law are not violated. The BNP has also recommended that local government elections should not be held using party symbols and that the parliamentary term should be limited to 5 years. It has also recommended that no one should be allowed to serve as Prime Minister for more than 2 consecutive terms. However, one may serve again after a break. Earlier, the first and second rounds of the meeting were held on 17th and 20th April, respectively. Detailed discussions on proposals from the Constitutional Reform Commission, the electoral system, the police, the judiciary, the Anti-Corruption Commission and the Public Administration Reform Commission were discussed in the meetings. Bangladesh Biplobi Workers' Party has given 31 proposals to the Election Commission, including restoration of people's confidence in the election system and the trial of those responsible for rigged election in the past. Party's General Secretary Saiful Haq placed the proposals in a meeting with the CEC AMM Nasiruddin at Agarga Election Commission building today. After the meeting, he briefed the newsmen that saying, though the Election Reform Commission did not mention anything about black money or undeclared expenditure, the Election Commission must take measures in this regard. BNP Acting Chairman Tariq Rahman said that the party has already gave proposal to increase women's seat in the parliament from 50 to 100. The BNP leader came up with the remarks while virtually joining a training workshop titled Outline of 31 Points for Preparing the State Structure and People's Involvement held in Gaibandha, Lalmonirhat and Kurigram districts of Rangpur division. Everyone must attain specific skill for achieving any task, Tariq Rahman pointed out.
ক্ষুধা লাগছে, খাইতে দাও। টেবিলে খাবার রাখা আছে, খায় নে। মা, আমি এই খাবার খাবো না। কেন? তাহলে গন্ধ। গন্ধ হইব কেন?
কি হইছে? লক্ষ্মী মায়ের ধমকাইতেছো কেন?
লক্ষ্মী না চাই, প্রত্যেক বেলা খাবার নিয়ে ঝামেলা করে। কথাটা ঠিক না। আমি কইছি পচাবাসি খাবার আমি খাবো না। ভাইজান কি করমু কও? প্রত্যেক বেলা নতুন নতুন রান্নার সময় কই। তাই এক বেলা রান্ধি, দুই বেলা খাই।
একবার রান্না করে দুই বেলা খাইতেই পারো, কিন্তু রান্না করা খাবার ভালোভাবে সংরক্ষণ করে খাইতে হইব।
সেটা আবার কেমনে?
রান্না করা খাবার স্বাভাবিক তাপমাত্রায় 2 ঘন্টার বেশি রাখা যাইব না। 2 ঘন্টার বেশি রান্না করা খাবার খাওয়ার আগে আবার ভালো কইরা গরম করে নিতে হইব।
মামা, তুমি মাইরে কও, তোমার পরামর্শ মাইনা চলতে। ঠিক আছে রে মা, আর কইতে হইব না।
পচাবাসি খাবার খেলে অসুখ হবে সবাই বলে।